Hello YouTubers, it's Poundland Special time again! Hooray! The last time I went to make a Poundland Special, I mentioned at the beginning that, Poundland can't get enough of cheapo ninjas and fake wrestling figures, but then it turned out there wasn't enough room to feature the cheapo ninjas. So this is Poundland Special 6, which is going to pick up on cheapo ninjas, plastic ninjas, which were meant to be featured in the last video, but there just simply wasn't time, as well as lots of other cheap and nasty action figures that I've come across in your local Poundland. First up, do you remember those Iron Storm and Alien Power action figures from my previous Poundland specials? You know, they were basically the exact same figure but with a different paint job. Well, guess what? Those cheeky knockoff toy makers have done it again with Super Ninja. Again, exactly the same toy as before, complete with a peg in the hand to hold their accessories. Although, to be fair, they have made a few changes this time, including making his dong slightly less protruding and disturbing. And they've even given him the ability to bend his legs and sit down. I call that progress, don't you? Oh yes, he also comes with a bizarre selection of weapons, one of which looks like a garden fork, and a nice little helmet. Although, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what gives him the title of Super Ninja. Surely all those bright colours won't exactly make him the stealthy type. So for a true Super Ninja, we need to go over to our old friends at Funtastic for the unimaginably titled Ninja. Now this guy is all dressed in black like you'd expect a typical ninja to be, although you can also get him in white or red if you really want. And he comes with a decent sized sword too. But what makes this guy the true Super Ninja is the sheer size of him. You might not be able to tell from this photo, but this guy's absolutely bloody huge. He's easily as big as those old Action Man figures. So, good work there, Funtastic. It's about time you gave us something decent. Oh, but wait a minute, Funtastic have got some more ninjas. And these are horrible, cheap, plastic rubbish, so it's good to see that Funtastic aren't letting their standards down. Now, they actually do 2 packs of 5 different ninjas. There's this one pack here where you've got 5 ninjas. They all look exactly the same, except they're in different colours, or flavours if you like. There's 2 in licorice, 1 in vanilla, 1 in strawberry, and 1 in blueberry. And then there's another pack of 5 ninjas that they do, but rather than making them all look the same, they've attempted to make them look like, well, something else, like ninjas seen in popular video games and TV shows. For example, this one ninja looks like Ryu Hayabusa from the recent Ninja Gaiden video games. This ninja looks like something out of Naruto, and this ninja looks like Ronan Keating out of Boyzone. Okay, weird. Now, there's little to no articulation on these figures. They're all horrible and cheap and plastic and nasty, and you feel that if they break, that the shards will be so sharp that you can actually use them as real-life ninja weapons to stab people with. In a way, they're very much like the pack of 5 cheapo Power Ranger figures that I came across in my first Poundland special in 99p stores, again, made of the horriblest, cheapest plastic imaginable. Now, also in my first Poundland special, if you remember, there were some good Power Ranger knockoffs called the Super Samurai Warriors. Well, guess what? Super Samurai Warriors doesn't just extend to doing Power Ranger knockoffs. Take a look at this. Why, it appears to be our old friend, Super Ninja. Except now there's 2 of them in the pack. So, once again, we're seeing that same figure being duplicated again. But come on, if I'm paying £1, I want 2 dodgy, cheap-looking plastic ninjas, not 1, damn it! But it turns out that Super Samurai Warriors does not only extend to Power Ranger knockoffs and shamelessly stealing toys and repainting them off other manufacturers, but they also do a range of dodgy Mortal Kombat knockoffs, including this one, which is so obviously meant to be Sub-Zero. So, Poundland Sub-Zero here comes with a range of weapons. In fact, he has very similar weapons to what the Super Ninja did, including a claw that looks like it belongs to Vega of Street Fighter. Oh, and just in case you can't quite grasp what he's supposed to be, they've helpfully written the word ninja across his chest. You know, just in case you thought he was a fucking firefighter or something, you know. Good grief. Well, after an abundance of cheapo ninjas, let's go on to some other freaky action figures that I've come across in the local pound shops. Now, do you remember the Green Lantern movie? Probably not, because it wasn't really all that good. I didn't particularly give it a good rating when I reviewed the movie. But what's interesting to see is that the toys, which not too long ago were going for like £7 or £8 in your local Toys R Us, have now turned up in Poundland, which just goes to show how much of a flop this movie was. Now then, when I made my way down to Poundland with the intention of maybe picking up a few of these Green Lantern figures, did I find Hal Jordan? Did I find Sinestro? Did I find Kilowog? No, because they'd all sold out. What we're left with is this wretched-looking abomination, which is basically a giant face with long arms and tiny, tiny withered little legs. And the Green Lantern Corps are supposed to be the elite crime fighters of the universe? Not with this bloke in front, it isn't. Good grief. You can see exactly why this guy was left on the shelf. Put it this way, I don't expect to see any of the Avengers figures or any of the Amazing Spider-Man figures ending up on the shelves in Poundland. Maybe because those movies were a success. Consider yourself a failure, Green Lantern. Now go and stand in the corner and just pray that this proposed Justice League movie is going to be better. What else is there that's always in the pound shop? Why, toy army soldiers, of course. Introducing Troop. Troop? T-Roop? T-R-Oop? How are we supposed to pronounce this guy's name? Well, anyway, you've got an army guy action figure here with one of the worst paint jobs I've ever seen. Seems like you can't tell where his face ends and the straps on his helmet starts. Also, like all Poundland toys, he comes with a bizarre selection of accessories. Okay, he gets a couple of guns, but he also gets a tiny, tiny little bit of barbed wire fence and a small bit of wall to guard. Well, I hope you're happy with your job protecting the world's smallest fort there, Mr. Roop. Oh, well, let's finish off with some more crap from Funtastic. Just when we thought they'd improve their standards with the big ninja figure, they go and spoil it all again with the monster fighters. First up, a really cheap and nasty looking Triceratops with a crappy paint job and guns mounted on his head instead of horns. And what appears to be a zombified King Kong with his brains and his guts spilling out everywhere. And what are either massive green nipples or eyes, I can't really tell. It looks like King Kong got infected with the T-virus from Resident Evil 2. In fact, this zombie Kong kind of looks like that game's final boss midway through his transformation. So, yeah, buy this for the kids, if you want to traumatise the living fuck out of them. And that concludes another Poundland special. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you do happen to come across any cheap and nasty looking tat in your local pound shop, Poundland, Poundland, Pound World, 99p stores, Value, Village, Dollar Store, etc, etc, then please let me know. But until next time, this is the Big Daddy D, signing off. Goodbye!